Crimson Architectural Historians was founded in 1994, and it's a firm which consists solely of architectural historians, so not architects. And we found that there was a need for historians to also be involved in the design and the thinking about urban planning and architecture. And this is what we have been doing for the last 18 years, mixing design, research, analysis and science. The project of Crimson Architectural Historians is called the Banality of Good. And it is about one of the aspects of the common ground of the architecture practice, urban planning, and the way in which you design a completely new city. And in the exhibition we show 6 different cities from the last 6 decades and how they have been designed by architects and planners according to their values, their ideas and their ideals of how a new city should be. There are 6 triptychs, and this shows on one side the values and the ideals of the cities, and on the back side it shows the reality, because of course these two are often not the same. The way that this has been designed and how it has turned out. And in this we also show our concern, because it turns out that cities 6 decades ago were designed with a lot of ideals about community, about emancipation, about progress. And if you look at present-day cities, they are far less ideal, and also the designers don't have any ideals with these cities. Because of the globalization of money, economics and also architecture, the client for urban planning has tremendously changed in the last decades. And now it's mostly commercial parties, developers, who are the clients of architects. And this has led to a quite diminished possibility for architects to engage with the social and the inhabitants aspect of the city. And I definitely think that this is an important thing that architects should be engaged with once again. In Western Europe, there has been a large development, a very important development over the last few decades on what is good city design. And the large-scale, uniform, monotonous way of city planning that we had in the 60s is completely outdated and has developed into something else. But if you look in other countries, China and India again, you see that many of the same modernist principles are still being continued. This also has to do with rules and regulations in these different countries, but the result is the same. These are cities that in Western Europe nobody would accept. With this exhibition we want to aim at several goals. In the first place, we want to put on the agenda the topic of large-scale urban planning of new towns, which is something which is not considered glamorous and sexy at all. So I feel that the architecture community is much more turning into small-scale favela slums, like I said before, and the issue of building these new towns is left to the big architecture firms, engineering firms, who are not really connected to architectural theory. So I feel there should be there's a gap that should be closed.